seen all the kingdoms in a hologram format. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and the devil said to him, all this power I give
You
thee,
can scoot it up a little
and
further,
thy glory
so you
of
can get
them,
everybody on camera.
that is to deliver unto me, and
And that's the point. The devil has a boss, and his boss is Yahweh and our Father Yahweh. Because think about this, the power that Satan has received is from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh. All right, so Esau has a boss, and his boss has a boss, right? Go ahead, bro. And that's the order of it. So it's nothing Satan could do without permission from Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
to whomsoever I will give it. Verse 7, if thou therefore will worship me, also will be mine.
And that's the point. In order to come up in this society in a high fashion, you got to sell out. And that's what Esau did. How did Esau basically get this world? Now we know from the blessings spoken of in Genesis, the 27th chapter, but at the same time, too, he bowed down to Satan, man.
Yeah. And he used that same concept, you know what I'm saying, against our people. These damn old pork chop preachers. Look, you can get all you want, you can make all the money you want, as long as you sign on this dotted line, but you can't say these particular things. You're gonna be exempt from taxes, you're gonna get this amounts of money, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get these amounts of grants, you know, and you selling out. Now you're finna be leading your followers, man, to the slaughter, man. Because you have sold out for filthy lucre's sake, man.
Yeah. You had that Ezekiel 3 chapter?
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 15.
You know, what the guy is.
Then I came to them of the captivity at Tel Aviv.
Was it the 3 and 18 about the blood? Talking about one of your favorite scriptures? Yeah. Start 17.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Right, and another term for watchman is what? A prophet. A prophet is a watchman, and a watchman is a prophet. Go ahead.
Therefore hear the word in my mouth,
Right,
and I give them warning from me.
right. And that's what we're doing in today's time frame. We're warning our people. Continue.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
Now the wicked is talking about what? Our people. And this is based on what? Their behaviors going into their lifestyle. Go ahead.
And thou givest him not warning.
Right, and that's how you know it's not talking about Edomites or other nations, because we're giving our people a warning. Somebody get Ezekiel, the first chapter? Go ahead, here Ezekiel 2.
It's Ezekiel 2 and 1.
Right.
And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee.
And this is another point how you know that Yahushua had a physical father, because he also had that classification of son of man, meaning his father was who? Joseph. He came from the lineage of David. Go ahead, bro.
And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me.
Right.
And he set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man,
Right.
I send thee unto the children of Israel.
Right, the sons of Israel, meaning who? In modern terms, modern means what? Just now, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans, based on the lineage of their fathers. Go ahead.
To a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me.
Yes, our people are rebellious, meaning what? That basically they do everything the Most High instructs them not to. Go ahead.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me.
Transgress means what? Transgression means when you step across, meaning when you break the law, statutes, and the commandments. Continue.
Even unto this very day.
Even to this very day. So at this present time, you're going to have the non-elect still have the mindset such as them. Why? Because it's the same people coming back through the concept of reincarnation. Go ahead.
For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
Right?
I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord.
Right?
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear,
So regardless if they hear or forbear, go ahead.
for they are a rebellious house.
These people are rebellious. They're hard-headed. They're stiff-necked. They're sottish. Continue.
Yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
And that's the point. Because at the end of the day, what we're saying through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh is going to pass. Hence Revelation 13 and 16. What about WW3? What about the economy? The economy is crashing. Why? Because of the dollar. Okay? All right, go back to your point, bro.
Nor nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way,
Right, and that's what we're doing. We're warning the wicked from their wicked ways. Continue.
to save his life.
And that's what it's all about. Saving their lives as we save our lives. Continue.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity,
Right?
but his blood will I require at thine hand.
Why? Because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Right? You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do as being a prophet, warning our people. So you have this knowledge. And if you don't warn our people, then guess what? The Most High is he's gonna judge you for having their blood on your hands. Go ahead, bro.
Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way,
Right.
he shall die in his iniquity.
Like BG used to say, it's all on you. Why? Because we gave you this information.
Right, bro.
Volume 2. Go ahead, bro.
And we ain't holding them back.
That's right.
We telling you about MOTB,
Yeah.
tell you about Jacob's trouble, tell you about everything.
Everything.
Everything. We're not holding it back. We're not keeping nothing from you.
That's right.
But if you don't teach the
Psalm
people this,
19:1,
hey, yeah, the blood will be on you. That's on you.
That's it. That's it. Go ahead, my bro.
But thou hast delivered thy soul.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to deliver our souls as well as our family souls. If it's within the will of Yahweh Hashem Shah. Go ahead, bro.
Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity and lay a stumbling block before the people, he shall die because thou hast not given him warning.
Go ahead. Read that again, bro.
Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness
Right.
and commit iniquity,
So if you have a prophet that commits iniquity, that falls out this truth, go ahead.
I lay a stumbling block before him,
Who did that? Yahweh Hashem Shah did that. Go ahead.
he shall die because thou have not. Excuse me. He shall die because thou hast not given him warning.
Mm-hmm.
He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered.
So if you have a man that's been in the truth 10 years, and if he falls out the truth, then all that righteous he did for 10 years will not be accounted for. That's what that is saying, right? I get Psalms 19.
Psalms 19, in verse 1. To the chief musician and Psalm of David, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High.
Hey, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, meaning what? The satellites, right? The satellites, go ahead.
And the firmament showeth his handiwork.
The satellites, go ahead.
Day unto day uttered speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Via YouTube. Why? Because you can go on YouTube and seek the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah any time frame. Morning, noon, night, AM, PM, Central Time, Pacific Time. Go ahead.
There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
Because you have the prophets prophesying in various languages. Go ahead.
Their line is going through all the earth.
Their line is going through all the earth. Line, right? In the Hebrew, which means what? Quanah, right? Which means what? Chords. When you look up that term, a network is defined as a bundle of chords, right? Hence the internet. Hence the internet. Go ahead.
And their words to the end of the world.
Right, why? Because this doctrine has to go throughout the four corners of the world. Why? Because you have the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the world, as well as judgment. Right? See, the Most High is not going to judge this world without the world hearing his word first. All right? Go ahead, bro.
In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun.
Right, and who's the son? That son is spelled S-U-N. Right? That's talking about Yahweh Shah. A house for Yahweh Shah. Right? Which means what? A dwelling for Yahweh Shah. And to prove that point, before you get your precept, get the Malachi. It's how the sun comes and heals him in his wings. Right?
This is Malachi 4.
Right, because there's a lot of mitzvahs in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? Just like you got Easter in there.
That's right.
You know, you got to realize something. Constantine, them was pagan worship, so they was mixing stuff in. That's why we still have Easter in the Bible. But when you go into the Greek, it let you know it's talking about the Passover, the Pesach. So this is why we still, to this day, through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, certain things that still being revealed, you know, that we going into the scriptures and we, going and studying and breaking down words and clearing it up. And they say that in the King James, in the introduction of the King James Bible. They say we ain't gonna come after them. The mistakes they made, you know what I'm saying? That basically clerical errors is gonna come out in these times. And it's always been like that because even before King James came with the 1611, you had the Masoretes, which they was breaking the scriptures down from 500 AD to 1000 AD. So that's really who the notes was coming from. You know what I'm saying? People, you had the scholars always from whenever we went into captivity, you had the scholars always trying to go back into the original so we wouldn't lose the meaning of the scriptures, man. And that's the elect, you know what I'm saying? It was part of the elect doing what we doing. Because even in this captivity, we back, you know what I'm saying? And going into different words and stuff and through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, just to back you up, when you go into what King James said, I want to say in the 1611, when you open up the scripture, it tells you that there's going to be another revision, one more revision. That's talking about the apostles utilizing the blue letters this time frame. It's the full, get there.
Shalom. You have a side camp as well that we're setting up. You guys just bear with us. Baba Shah.
Wherein we may seem to come short of some word which we have labored.
Are you good?
Okay. You two of them. You're on both five shows.
If you can keep on
Oh, really? The water, bro?
yeah, that's use the cord to charge it up.
Yeah.
That thing lasts well.
Real?
But this is how you know how it works. You see, go right there.
Yeah.
So when it start getting low, it's gonna start losing its dial.
Okay.
But the way you charge it, you just plug it into any block. That's what side right there. That's it. That's how I charge it. But this, that thing stay lit about 2 months.
Can't beat that.
It's a blessing, bro.
Yeah. About the side is bro with us 1 minute.
The rest of the book. So this entire book has to be searched out, utilizing the Hebrew.
So we in the end, man, all that firepower. The Lord, nah, they got to spread out.
Yeah,
It's all the spirit, man. Bear with us, Yasharala. We just setting up.
Whereas many and great things have I been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets, and by others that have followed their steps. Which things I have offered to be finished for learning the language, whereof not only the readers, but we
yeah, we can start with Jeremiah 28:8. Just run off there.
also they have vowed to run able to walk with them which are without. Meaning what? These people that come into the truth. You gotta go to the truth. Both by speaking and writing, our grandfather, Abishai, meaning the book giving himself to read of the law, and the prophets, and of the book, our fathers had gotten therein this judgment. And drawn on also himself to
All right, we should. Oh, I know I'm going live. Just gonna adjust this. Oh, okay, perfect. All right, Shalom, Makyam.
Shalom.
We'd like to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. Also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. We got a GMS Mississippi camp. GMS Mississippi camp. We just checked it off from the camp. It's going live.
Yeah, I was just seeing it. Yeah, we moved down first.
We're just gonna move down. We're just gonna relocate. This is really live. All right. You can just make the adjustments that you need.
It's all the spirit, man.
Okay. So look, hey, we out here and prophesy the downfall of America, man.
Yep.
Whether it's 1 day, 1,000 days, you know, we're just gonna prophesy. I'm willing. He keep us in the spirit to prophesy. But that's the time we're in.
As long as it takes.
And I know I said Jeremiah 28:8, but Revelation 13, Romans 13:11.
It's tied in anyway.
You can't. Because basically the Most High is waking up his men and his sisters. Waking us up to our nationality, but his army, he's waking up his sleeper cells, man.
That's right, brother.
And we were once walking in darkness, but now we're waking up and we see everything as it is. All right?
That's right, that's right.
The third eye is open. You know?
That's right, bro. The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
And that knowing the time, now it is high time to awake out of sleep, man. This is the time to wake out of sleep. And what sleep are we in? You can get Isaiah 28, they are drunken but not with wine. All right? Because the American dream are for those who are asleep. And what Esau does, or he did, he has everyone going off of a program. All right? What they call the Matrix.
Yep.
And that program is really an imagination inside of your mind that blinds you from the world that we're really living in, man. All right?
All right, you want to start at verse 9?
Yeah, come.
The book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
They are drunken, but not with wine. So if it's not with wine, then what are you drunken with? Going right back to Romans 13:11. It is high time to wake out of sleep. All right, that wine that you're drunken with is the wine of the whoredom of America. All right, the philosophies of America, that Western philosophy, liberalism, democracy, at one point Christianity. All right, do as thou wilt. Basically rebellion under the guise of freedom, man.
That's why we call it the Matrix. What Morpheus say? That veil that's put over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
That's right. And the truth is, all right, we're all slaves.
Yeah.
All right, and the Matrix has you. The mankind is in a dead state right now.
Yeah.
Mankind is very beastly, and this is a pre-destruction era that we're living in, man. A pre-missile era. And every time before the Most High has a reset, mankind is in a beastly state. All right. If you pull that veil back, the world that we live in is very low level, it's very low frequency, and it's very primitive.
And it's infested by demons.
It's infested by demons, man. All right, and the blueprint for the New World Order is have everybody in an androgynous state. That's why you have women who desire to be alpha females. That's why you have men who desire to be literally women. All right. That's why you have the LGBTQ community. It doesn't make sense for that to even be an issue or a movement, and Jacob wound hasn't healed. Here it is, the 12 tribes wound hasn't healed from America, but you desire to be LGBTQ.
Yeah, and it's some sad bullshit, man, because they want to equate our situation to the plight of these modes.
Yeah.
You know, talk about civil rights. Our nationality don't got nothing to do with that BS y'all got going on, man.
But if you going back to the 50s, the elites had different psychologists, all right, and a lot of them were homosexuals. They had them to scientifically justify, all right, morality, okay, and making it seem like it was part of your human design because those laying out the blueprint for the New World Order, and they was gonna kick it off with civil rights. The blueprint for the New World Order was really gonna get kicked off, spearheaded with the civil rights. The civil rights was just a pun to introduce our people into the New World Order.
And it's a spirit because Jake was all out here on the street marching up and down Babylon with their Black Lives Matter BS.
Yep.
But that was like the gateway into that most stuff, because now it's Black Trans Lives Matter.
Right. And you can't really say Black Lives Matter without ascribing it or subscribing to LGBTQ. They're basically synonymous with each other. Because that's why the scripture in Revelation 20, it says that old serpent.
Yep.
That old serpent. That's why I said our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you don't even understand the weight of the serpent. Why do you think it's called a serpent? He moves. Rebecca Shaw, are you holding something?
No, I just got a little bit more on this.
Okay,
I'm finished for you. The book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 29 again, and verse 10. For the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
What's the spirit of deep sleep? It's American drunkenness, man. And something the elder brother Yashima sent me a video clip. I think it was Dick Gregory speaking. And he was like, when you go back to the Most High, it doesn't matter what career you had. It doesn't matter what field you majored in. All right? You came on this earth. All right, you're going to leave this earth, man. But this American dream, everybody's mind is on money, career, bag, status. And everybody is moving that same direction. All right? But you're totally oblivious to the fact that you're living in a country that's on death row.
Yeah.
All right? You're totally oblivious to the fact that we're heading into something called Jacob's trouble. You're totally oblivious to the fact that we're about to go into a state of famine. All right? Because you're only because like I said, this kingdom has everybody moving in a beastly state.
Yep. And it's like a lamb base of coin. Because another thing, dealing with the way the elite operate and how they're implementing this NWO, one of the tenets of Luciferianism is to invert everything, to invert it, to turn it upside down. So we're literally in an upside down society, because that's how they draw their power, so to speak. Like that's how Satan blessed them, by them getting closer to him, and pretty much pushing his agenda.
Hey, that's why the scripture says, surely you're turning a thing upside down. All right? Because that new age twilight zone that we're going to be living in, all right, that dystopian world that they so fervently dream about, that dystopian world is going to be full of androgynous people, man. All right? That shows you that in the Hunger Games. The elites that was watching the people kill themselves in the Hunger Games, they looked at just like weirdos. All right?
Yeah, they had the one saying, as above, so below.
Yeah.
Because pretty much they invert, or they want to counteract what the Most High does. Like, it says in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven.
Yeah.
But they have a wicked version, you know?
That's right. And I've noticed that they're introducing, like, the Satanism to Jake directly.
Yeah, man.
Like, Jake is getting into that gothic stuff. They got, like, street niggas rapper with black fingernails and black makeup and stuff, you know? You got it.
Sad, man. What you want me to get after that, bro?
Going into the world of serpent, Genesis, where the serpent was more subtle.
I got you.
Hey, man, that's the nature of a serpent, is what? To seduce. That's why the scripture says beauty is vain and favor is deceitful. The American dream is vain beauty. All right, the westernization is vain beauty. And if you look at that word favor, it's synonymous with the word charm. So charm is deceitful. But our people, the 2/3 of our people, were charmed with the philosophies of the West. All right?
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field,
Yep.
which Yahweh power had made.
And that means Esau, which was at that time the serpent, which is a melanated devil, all right, he was more subtle, all right, or clever than any creature. And this is how you know it's Esau, because it said the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light, showing you that he was their progenitor. All right? And look what this man has manifested in this kingdom, man. All right, his technology and his so-called innovations. All right, so the serpent was more wiser Because you know what this dude mastered? Sorcery. He mastered deceit. He mastered that left hand. This devil mastered that left hand.
Hey, for those of y'all that's into Marvel comics, Jake, watch those superhero movies. You had that one character, Doctor Strange, but he's a sorcerer.
He's a sorcerer.
And that's the spirit of E, man.
Yeah. So this devil, he mastered sorcery. He mastered that left hand. Or he mastered witchcraft. He mastered Satanism. And he enchanted Eve with it. All right? And our people, once again, are enchanted by Esau's rebellion. Esau's philosophies of rebellion, which is really routed back to Satanism.
Yeah, because we went to school with you. Like you grow up, Eve reading Zane novels and all into those Harry Potter type books, but it was meant to turn you out,
Yeah.
and to go the opposite direction of what the Heavenly Father, purpose for us.
And that's why Eve is so infatuated with tarot reading, tarot cards, zodiacs. There's nothing wrong with zodiacs, but she's out of context with it. All right, she's into the left hand. Eve, man, is into that left hand hard, man.
Even when it comes to the stones, like it's different with Eve.
Because you'll run across Eve and she'll be chill, she'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, she don't act like Keisha, but then she'll be a whole free spirit messing with the left hand. Like, damn. Like you said, even with the stone, she goes the Esau route with it, man.
Yeah.
All right? But that's why I said the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduce him. The righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but what's the way of the wicked? In this point, westernization, rebellion. Rebellion seduces the 12 tribes. All right, that's where we are today. That's why Jake is totally gone. If he's not a bald head, no beard face, six-figure desiring Jake, he's a Jake in the streets doing wickedness. Either way, Jake is gone, man.
And that's a part of the matrix too.
Yeah.
Whether you like the blue collar, all you care about is the bag.
Yeah.
And your status in this world, or to the street Jake. That's all by Eve's design.
There was this one Big Crit video. We from Mississippi, Big Crit from Mississippi, and he had one video where Esau had like 3 or 4 different Jakes on a auction post, but there were all different archetypes of modern day slaves. So yeah, I believe the athletic Jake, he had the street nigga Jake, he had the blue collar Jake, but they showed in the video that those are all slaves, man.
Was that here, or was that another video?
I can't remember the title.
Okay.
But I have to go back and look it up. But basically, these are everything that you have as an Israelite, every little image that you have is already drawn out by Esau, man. Because he has to control your narrative. He has to write your script. Because his nature is to control.
He's really the God of this world.
He's really the God of this world, man. So he has millions of Israelites pursuing 2 or 3 different goals. Millions of Israelites pursuing 2 or 3 different dreams in America, man. But he never made it cool to seek Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. And one thing I noticed about the 12 tribes, culturally they all follow carnality. Like, whether it's the woman or the Jake, it's culturally they're all seeking carnality, man.
And show you, like, for Jakes that sell out in this society, those left hand spirits start working with them heavy, because in a way, like, they be throwing shots at us.
Yeah.
Like you hear Lil Wayne on the song, we in the building, you niggas in apartments. Like making it cool to sell your soul. You're what's the guy? Titty Boy, so 2 Chainz. Because we see chariots a lot. But we said one song, why you wishing on a shooting star, I'm in a foreign car. Because we see the chariots, Jake, we praise the Lord, put up prayers. But it's like those spirits really, they make it cool to sell your soul,
But a lot of y'all do, I was going to say something graphic, but a lot of y'all sword in the back, man. Yeah, what did you have to do to get those foreign cars? What you have to do to be in those buildings? Why do you have to always be on drugs?
The one song they had out a while back, Panda. And it like when you find out the meaning of these different things, like it's sick, man. But it goes back to E. Because when you even deal with what the world calls Freemasonry, which E ultimately got that from King Solomon, but basically like when you look on the back of the dollar, you see the pyramid, but you see the pyramid with the eye is more sick than what we thought it was.
It's like an anus, right?
It's an anus, like because like how you say the exoteric meaning, like you just think it's just the eye of the pyramid, you know, because it's okay for them to make the world think that, you know, even them knowing that it's Satan, it's, you know, Satan's eye, you know. A lot of Jacob's waking up to certain things, but the more deeper meaning, it goes into pedophilia, man, and that's why that's pushed so heavy on this society.
We got child human sex trafficking globally.
Yeah,
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
And the reality, because the Matrix blind your thoughts from the concern of child sex trafficking.
and it's head, man. This is the spirit, bro, because well, because you know, here the brothers on the other side of the main camp, brothers speaking on that Easter BS, and see, it goes back to paganism, and ultimately a lot of that goes back to our people too. You know, the wicked church fathers, you know, Constantine, etc. You know, you can see that word Easter in the Bible, in the book of Acts, but really the word that should be there is Passover. You know, not Easter. But basically, you have a lot of Roman Catholics that are all involved in that, right? But what are Roman Catholics known for? In particular, these church fathers, these priests, pedophilia, because that's the false prophet spoken of in the Bible, and that's really what they're into as far as NWO, man. You know, in order for you to really fully tie into Satan, you got to take part in that. It's showing you that Roman Catholicism isn't the truth.
Yep.
And it's like, go ahead, bro.
You got it, bro.
And Catholicism means universal. It's showing you that's one of those major religions they want to use for the NWO.
Because Roman Catholicism goes back to pagan Rome.
Yep.
You just have saintly names on top of the deity.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? But why is it Roman Catholicism? Why is it rooted back in the source of basically Esau's witchcraft? It starts with the Greco-Roman Empire, man.
Yeah.
Because he copied it from Egypt.
Yeah.
That's why I said, that's why in Revelations it refers to America as a city that is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, but then they Latinized it, you know? But like the elder is saying, hey, it's going into the worship of an anus. And even with the Easter, man, all right, which goes back to the worship of Isis, all right? Why are you looking for fucking eggs? Why are you planting eggs? But that goes back to the worship of the moon.
Yep.
The worship of the moon goddess, because it represents ovulation. Like when a woman's ovulating. So those eggs is really the eggs of an ovulating goddess, an ovulating deity. As a matter of fact, we probably need to have it on deck.
Well, no, we can not
We're going to the Queen of Heaven.
Yeah.
That should not
I
make
got
cakes for the Queen. That's why, hey, 2/3 of our people gonna die, man.
That's right, bro.
I was listening to the radio. You got a DJ talking about an Easter egg hunt in the city, man.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Here it is, you niggas barely got water to run. You stupid. Yeah, I don't know what's the camera to look at, man. You niggas barely got water to run.
So he gotta go, bro.
The BFI, the sanitation workers had ran in 50 fucking days, and you niggas talking about an Easter egg hunt. Y'all gotta be the dumbest niggas on earth, man. This shit is embarrassing. But that's how you know you niggas are Israelites, specifically down here in the South, the house of David, man. Y'all so fucking dumb. But that's the Most High. The Most High is slowly nudging you, slowly saying, hey, wake up. First there was no water down south. Then it's 50 days without sanitation work. So you know how you'll take the trash out Tuesday? Then Saturday you'll come back and take it out? Well, the trash is still sitting there from Tuesday. So now you got the Tuesday trash sitting right under the Saturday's trash, man. You know? But in the same breath, you niggas are talking about an Easter egg hunt. In 2023, man. I was gonna say the C word, post-pandemic, you see about an Easter egg hunt. Like, y'all niggas don't wake up, man.
They gone. But they drunken.
They're drunken, man.
The book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 44 and verse 17. But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth, to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her.
To pour. You know who face popped up in my mind? That big lip nigga woman, Erica Badu. She's at the face of the Queen of Heaven, man.
Yeah, she is, bro.
Like a poster child, but Beyonce, because like the brother Yash brought out years ago, like the idols are alive now. Like they call it American Idols. So now instead of having a statue you worship, you actually have human beings walking in the form of their deity. That's why they work. Like Beyonce actually has a cult called the Beehive, where people worship Beyonce. They literally worship her because they're really worshiping the Queen of Heaven.
And it's horrible, bro. Like even speaking on terms of, you know, women you may come across, they're possessed with those entities, the spirit of them entities, you know, to basically cause you to fall. Because they had this one show, it was called American Gods, and they showed you, I forgot how you say the woman's name, is it Belarus or something? But it was this Hamitic woman. Basically, she was the Queen of Heaven coming back, like on the earth. Because the story of the movie was about these different deities of the ancient world. But this woman, like, you know, Ishtar or Ashtoreth, that they was showing you, she went by many names. And basically, she was like, she appeared as an average woman that'd go out to a club and have these one-night stands with guys, but she'll take them back home. She'll have sex with them, but she'll be on top, and she'll pretty much make them become a fetus and suck them up into her, you know, you know what? You know what I'm saying? But this society, like, it pushes their vibration, man, putting men in the spirit of little boys or babies. Because, you know, why do you have a Madonna and child? A Mary and child? Why is it always a child?
Wow.
There's similar ramifications. Like, go ahead, bro.
But you hear married men talk like that. My wife won't let me do this.
They in the spirit of a boy.
Yeah, I got to take back with my wife. Because when you get married in America, it's really getting sucked up into her womb again. Because you really like modern day marriage is emasculation. So it's really, you get sucked up into the womb, all right? A lot of, like, that's why Jake, because really under the Queen of Heaven, the way you know it, because you modify your whole self for that woman. Jake, if he got a beard, it's like a Grecian beard. He got that shiny, clear coat, bald head, all right? And he moves based on what the woman does, and it has nothing to do with the marriage in the Bible. It has nothing to do with the 1950s wedding. All right, it's something called the feminine imperative, which really goes back to the worship of the fucking vagina, man.
And it's heavy too, because the spirit you said that, bro. The main hairstyles that Jake got showing you, this is, you know, Jake being conquered fully all over again, is Babylon, Egypt, Rome. The main hairstyles that Jake got, either Jake is wearing blonde hair now, which shows it's like you go into the blonde hair. Even people that's exposing the elite agenda, they say that, you know, the people that got the blonde hair, the celebrities, they in the spirit of slaves. You know, so you got that blonde hair, or Jake got that bowling ball shiny head. That spirit go back to Egypt, but you're a subject. You know, you're a slave. Or Jake got them dreadlocks, man. It's a dirty, just an unclean spirit. But those are all hairstyles cater to what the woman wants from you.
Yeah, and because we're in the environment, we're in the energy of the Queen of Heaven. All right, that's why you see certain women, especially certain Israelite women, they got an enchantment on them.
Yeah,
it's like you can feel like they got an energy around them. It's like, damn.
Yeah, and it's the worst in America.
It's the worst, man. They have an enchantment on them that's really associated with, it's like woman worship, man. All right. So I mean, the point is, you know, we're in the energy of the Queen of Heaven, and really Easter is the celebration of the Queen of Heaven, and that's why your little ones are going Easter egg hunting. All right, that's why your little ones are going. That's why a lot of sons and daughters gonna die. A lot of, because going back to Amos, all right, the sons, the daughters, the elderly, they all gonna fucking die, man. All right.
I can get some for you.
About the
You
shop.
said that.
All right. We're in the energy of the Queen of Heaven, man. You're baking cakes. That's why right now, you stupid slaves, y'all are having cookouts. Here it is, it's so-called Good Friday. The main streets is packed. Y'all planning cookouts, catfish. You stupid niggas, man. All right. Well, you got it, bro. I'm not gonna keep, you know.
Shit's horrible, man.
And like this city, this not even like New Orleans or New York. This a crappy city, bro. Like, but y'all got all the energy in the world to do this bullshit. You know?
Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young.
And this is going to manifest through martial law. Because those spirits is created for vengeance. Those spirits possess people. And going back to Sirach 39, is it? There'll be spirits created for vengeance. You don't have to get it right now.
Okay.
But I'm just bringing out that point, like one of the spirits is a sword. So those angels going to possess people, man. And hey, you don't understand. You're being studied like an animal. It said Esau was a cunning hunter. So Esau he has his strategies in place to hunt you niggas. As a matter of fact, the things that's happening in the city, it's a strategic method that's gonna lead you into being into a concentration camp, man. And ultimately death, man. You're gonna be in those kids for Easter, man. All right?
Gonna be in the camp, seeing them getting tortured.
Yeah.
You know, and this man, Edom, he studied history. Like the Lord pretty much gave him the history of the world, man.
Yep.
And he knew we was Israelites before we woke up. You know, so you can only imagine, like, when that time comes, when martial law is implemented, he gonna get it in on Jake. This man got smart bullets.
Yep.
You know, you got like certain ways to track Jake, but he got that in a bullet to track your ass. You know, brothers have had visions by drones being over cities and bombing them.
Yep.
You know, so this ain't the time to be caught up in no Easters, man.
Yeah, he's an animal. See, Esau is a devil, and motherfuckers don't even know what a devil is. Devil means deceive. One of Esau's attributes is he know how to switch faces. So he could go from, hey, how's it going, to pulling a blade out and stabbing you, man. Like, that's one of his gifts is he could switch spirits. He know how to change the spirit in him. And he know how to suppress them horns to where it'll de-arm you, man. All right, but behind that little facade of being good guy, Edmund, or whatever the Edomite's name is, it's a real devil, man. And he's not in the dark. He knows what time it is. You in the dark. You're that grazing cattle. But the elites and everyday Edomites, they're not grazing cattle, man. Esau's woke. Jake said they woke. No, Esau woke.
Yeah, like you said, they really want to be above this thing, like looking at it from the outside.
And Esau already has little communities where they all gonna stick together doing a race war, and they go, hey, man, they gonna be prepared, man. All right.
Ezekiel 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Hey, young, old, maids, children. So we're gonna see something that's very grotesque, and it's a slaughtering of sons and daughters, man. Israelites.
Yeah, and before he saw this in the spirit, you know, which you know, it ended up happening, but it's gonna happen again. Basically, you know, men and women were worshiping the sun. You know, they worshiping the sun, and women was weeping for Tammuz. But time back when we read in Jeremiah, you know, the Queen of Heaven, you know, because the Tammuz and Semiramis is like that, they go together. You know, the Tammuz, that's Semiramis' son.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Queen, and they got Jake under their vibration.
Yep.
It's the mother and the sons. Unless she's sacrificing the son, and she doesn't have his dad, and they grow up and get shot. You know, but it's that Queen of Heaven, Tammuz, Semiramis, Tammuz vibration, man. You know? But, hey, our people are being led to death, man. Like I said, that's like a Christmas parade is played out. An MLK parade is played out. You good, bro. A get drunk parade, St. Patty's, is played out. An Easter egg hunt, and here it is, it's 2023, and you still eat lamb? I'm not lamb. Let's say, you still eating ham in 2023? This done killed 1/3 of your family, and you still celebrating the same? Like, bro, you know? But as it says in the scriptures, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. All right?
Yeah, I got some for you. All right, Revelation chapter 18, verse 13. You know, speaking about, you know, the different merchandise that's in Babylon the Great. 18 and 13, Revelation. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wine and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
The souls of men. Can you break this down?
Yeah, just basically this evil paradigm that we're living in, man. You know, because this society is patterned how the spiritual demon Satan would want his kingdom on the earth. You know, and that's why Jake is all caught up into these different philosophies and it's strong. Like, you know, when you see Jake, and he's speaking about the celebration of Easter and the vibration on our women wanting to be worshipped, the vibration on our men, whatever they're doing, you know, basically that once again all ties into what he wants you doing in his matrix. You know, because you trapped in your mind.
And really, and for you niggas, it's really to have your head of the woman's vagina.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, ultimately it goes into Satanism and, you know, bowing down to the NWO. But in this paradigm, it's a female paradigm.
Yeah.
That's what they call a gynocracy, or like this actor pretty much explained it, the feminine imperative.
And it's crazy, bro, because that's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
If he gets Jake to follow the woman, he got you, because Eve already followed the system.
Yep.
You know?
Right. Eve followed. Hey, oh, that's why it says in the scripture, and if you know where it's at on deck in the New Testament, for such as to turn aside after Satan.
Come.
Really, those are women who went after the Matrix, man. They went after westernization, and if you want to shorten it up, when they went after the feminism, I see brothers got scriptures and stuff. When they went after feminism, that's going aside after Satan, man. All right, but guess what? It said in 1 Ezra 4, men have gone after their wits for women. So the women have gone after their wits for feminism, but men have gone after their wits for women. So if you can lead Jake, because Esau knows what you like, you can lead Jake into Satanism if you put Eve in front of him. If you want, hey, that's why the serpent went to Eve. He was like, let me get inside this woman head, because who has a soft spot for that bitch, man, for that woman? Jacob. You know?
That's why we in a good time of mortifying our members, you know? Because Jake won that box, ultimately.
And, you know, he want that box, and, you know, he got a woman. That woman end up coaxing him, de-arming him over a period of time, pillow talking, getting that oxytocin up in him. And next thing you know, he just kind of gives in.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, to balance it out, you know, it's natural for the man to want that comfort of a woman. So, you know,
it can be used against him, though,
yeah,
is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know?
And I got this for you.
Yep.
All right, this is in 1 Timothy chapter 5. Just getting to the point, I'm going to read verse 14 down to 15. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
And that's what you women should be doing. You got a lot of Israelite women. They got the turban on their head. They got the dress to their ankles with the little fringes, but you don't do a bitch ass thing, man. You know, you're not feminine. You might got like the garments, or you might have a turban. But you don't, when the door closed, you ain't nothing but a Keisha. But what we're really getting on is our women in general, the so-called black Hispanic women in general. All right, y'all, this is y'all role, and it said everybody marvel after the beast, and that's including you women, because you put down their house dress, all right, and put up a business suit, all right. You put down them kids, all right, and you put up a damn iPhone, all right. And instead of having family pictures in the house with you and your family, you just got pictures of you and your body on social media looking at who liking your shit in the little comments, man. All right?
Verse 15. For some are already turned aside after Satan.
What does it mean when it says, for some as to turn aside the Satan? Let's get some participation. Brothers, what's the name of that scripture? 1 Timothy?
This 5 and 15.
1 Timothy 5 and 15. If a brother can get 1 Timothy 5 and 15 and look up that word Satan in the blue letter Bible, man. All right? Because I roughly remember one of those definitions for Satanism was really this wicked man's system. When it said for such as have turned aside after Satan, and that's really Esau getting that covenant that she got, I mean not Esau, Eve getting that covenant in which they had that agreement with back in the garden. Right. Because really that covenant was really a plan to overthrow her husband. So now she got that, the serpent was a man of his word. So feminism is really Eve getting that her end of the deal with the covenant. But the outcome is that motherfucking overthrow. Now look at Jake. Jake has nothing.
Yeah, you got a goddamn Evite, Tamara Hall, however you say her name, but how is Eve having her own talk show, whatever she got going on, just talking and inviting people on the show? How is that benefiting the earth?
Yep.
But it's really all about them having the Israelite man's power. Giving them something to say, giving them a platform, making them out to be important, which women have their role. Women are a part of our nation. but the Lord set up the Israelite man as the head of the household.
Well, the scripture says sitting out in the midst of women. So if you watch reality shows, and maybe you'll walk past your woman while she watching the reality shows, and they have females amongst each other, it's always drama. That's why it says in the scriptures, of women come wickedness.
Bro, the elder Yashwambi showed a video of this one Jake. Like, Jake loved toxicity. Toxicity.
Yep.
This man was complaining about how he was so-called dating, basically he was in a relationship with, I want to say, a Moabite woman, and she did everything right. And this man was complaining to Eve. They platform, like I guess they interviewing him, and you like he had all these feminine tendencies, like the way he was talking, his gestures, but he was complaining about a woman treating him good. Like nigga, you want to argue all day?
What's that word? My something. Basically, you like pain. Like some niggas like pain. my stoicism,
Yeah.
you know. But basically, them niggas are sadistic in a sense. You niggas get pleasure off of pain.
Yeah, dominatrix type
Yeah,
shit.
you like a nigga woman dominate you, man. All right, you like a woman dominate you, man. All right, Israelite man, our badge is peace.
Yeah.
Our banner is peace.
Yeah, man.
So we like peace in the household. Jerusalem, house of peace, dwelling of peace. So we're not into no damn. We don't want no woman. We're going back Sirach 25, where it talks about how a loud bickering woman is grievous to a man. But you niggas are so defeated. That's what it is. Jake is defeated to the point where he has Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Like he wants that oppression. Because the way the elite set it up, the serpent is going to oppress you systemically. But I'm going to turn your woman as a weapon against you.
It's a weapon.
And you know what the fuck? You know what she is? She's our handler. Eve is our handler. Esau, it made the laboratory. America is the laboratory. We're the Frankensteins. We're the lions in the laboratory. But Eve is our handler. It's a psychological handler.
Yeah.
How is she a psychological handler? She's here to oppress us. How? To devalue you and defeat you psychologically.
Man, I mean, it's another, case, but look at Kanye and Kim.
Yeah.
Like that chick, she drove him crazy, man.
And she a nigga woman. But even if you had an Edomite woman, it's that feminist agenda, right? So what happens is you're in Esau's land, right? But he weaponized your woman according to that deal, that covenant, and basically we're in the biggest sunken place in world history. You don't know who you are. So here you are, you a whole alpha male, you a whole Mufasa, your whole king. It says for thou art a royal people. Why don't you feel that way? Why don't you feel that way? But what role does your woman play in this? She is your handler to keep your mind in a sunken place. Esau has this Edomite supremacy, and you know how I know it's through the spirit what we saying? The Oprah Winfrey Show, right? Oprah is nefariously known. Oprah is nefariously known for taking celebrity men in her interviews and bring up criminal cases, bring up accusations when he was accused of rape. Why does she bring that shit up? Because part of the agenda with the elites when it comes to the 12 tribes is to make us the monsters on the planet Earth. But who's instrumental in that? Our woman Eve.
And she's a damn billionaire, bro.
And she's why did they get that nigga woman that's why it makes sense. The pastor said, that's Eve. That's Eve.
God damn.
She's the handler.
Shit.
She's our handler.
Yep.
Their goal is to keep us in the sunken place. Because if you go into the feminist agenda, what happens is, in order for women to get their pick of the litter when it comes to select males, they have to basically devalue you to create the illusion that they're the best you could get. Like everything your woman told you is set up for you not to be aware of your options outside of her. So America is like a mental plantation for the 12 tribes of Israel. It's a laboratory. It's a laboratory, and they're making you the Frankenstein. They're turning the kings of the earth into little Frankensteins that's defeated in their mind. But who's the handler to make sure you're in that sucking place? Eve. Eve is the handler. That's why Jake getting their passports right, but that passport is likened to them waking up in a laboratory and taking those little wires off their brain and run out the laboratory. Because what is Eve trying to do? She's telling Esau to shut that shit down. Because they're basically saying, Master, they getting away. What's going on?
And then you know, further spreading that feminism.
Yeah.
You know, because it's really everywhere now.
Yeah.
But it's mainly in Babylon the Great. But you know, pretty much a liberal spirit is being pushed on the women in these other places where Jake want to go to. So it's like really Jake can't escape. You know. But I remember brothers speaking about it, and there's articles on it. You know, when you deal with the American woman, you know, because it's the worst here. What we gotta pretty much experience. Basically, even you having an argument with your woman, like let's say it's a back and forth, that lowers your testosterone.
But you know, I was reading Dr. Shahrazad Ali. When you engage in an argument, you really going into your feminine. Because we're supposed to maintain a masculine frame as men, which is more like a stoic, dominant, grounded spirit. But when you engage in her little emotional tirades, now you're going from your masculine to your feminine. Yeah. So like it makes sense that you lower your testosterone.
So like you really just, you know, say what you say and that be it.
Yeah.
You know, but they want to back and forth like, and that pulls your energy. You know, it's different ways. They set these women up to harvest your energy from you, man.
Yep. So
that the average woman is in the spirit of a succubus. Yep.
She's a succubus, man.
Yeah.
You know, she's a fucking succubus, man. All right, but he that feareth Yahweh shall escape from her, man. Hey, and part of that escape is part of that her that he's escaping from is not just the woman as an individual, but the wine of the whoredom.
Yep, because it's spirits working with them.
It's spirits working with them. It's spirits on our women as individuals. Then we're escaping from America, which is like a whore.
Yep.
America, we're spiritually escaping from America.
Yep.
Like we're in that laboratory too, and we're waking up in the lab. We were supposed to wake up.
Yep.
See, we're lions in a laboratory, man. But the goal was to keep the lion in a mental sinkhole. But Yahweh Bashim Ashah woke up the lions in the laboratory. I'm like, man, what the fuck do we do? A lot of Jake in the world, they going overseas, but we spiritually woke up, and now we beating our chest and roaring inside of your laboratory. And that's why we know you about to attack us, man. Because like your witchcraft and your sorcery, it's like nigga culture was a potion. Prison culture, street culture, that was sorcery, nigga.
Yeah, brother.
That was sorcery.
They killing each other over damn color.
Over a color, gang banging. That was witchcraft.
Shit.
Like the elder Ainap broke down that gang culture is witchcraft, nigga. Feminism, we know that's a fucking toxic poison, all right?
Yeah, even you see Jake that's in that street shit, when they shake their hands, throw them signs up, those enchantments.
Enchantments, man.
You know?
And you under that demonic ass nigga, Thuggo. And I would think Cali too.
Yeah.
Cali didn't
get them actual entities.
Yeah, destruction.
Yep.
You know? But the point is, you're a lion in a laboratory under sorcery. You're under a fucking spell. Oh, my fucking shot. Can you get that in Genesis? Genesis 49. There's an old lion, you know? We should rouse him up. Jake is like a old lion, but you're under different sorceries, man. You're that lion without the courage. And I'm telling you I'm not telling you. The Spirit is telling you. Because this kingdom is set up to steal your confidence. This kingdom is set up, and spirits enter into people to pick you apart. And this kingdom is set up to mentally defeat you, spiritually defeat you, to where you just Jake defeated. He just gone sit down, let his wife run everything. You know, Jake just gone, just work and retire and die, and he has no pool. But it's all set up because the reason why being a man is demonized to the point when you watch television and movies, there's always covert, subtle things they put in movies to attack your manhood, to where it makes you feel bad for asserting your dominance as a man. You know,
and through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that breaks those spells.
Yeah.
I remember you went to that one song, "The Thrill Is Gone."
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
No, you're no longer under the spell of the wicked vibration of women, but also this grid, this system,
man. Because hey, that pit. But it said a whore is a deep ditch. So, hey, man. Hey,
Sunken place.
Sunken place. This was a fucking spiritual laboratory to keep them two lions, the northern and the southern kingdom, this emasculated and conquered and tamed. But now we woke up, man. We beat our fucking chest.
That's right.
All through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because the thrill is gone, man. That American potion and that witchcraft, it's wearing off, man. All right? That's why I said in Baruch 2, in the land of their captivity, they should remember themselves. You know? And think upon his name for you naysayers, man. All right?
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
Judah is the head of the 12 tribes. Also the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah. All right? That's the lion. We're the lions, man. The northern and southern kingdom, we're the lions. We supposed to have an entitlement about the earth. And we always bring out this article. What makes the lion the most superior? What makes him the apex predator? Because he's not the largest. Was Israel the largest nation? No. What made them superior? What gave them a superiority thing about them? They had a mentality that everything around them belonged to them. Did not our forefather Ezra say, if the world belongs to us, why don't we have a portion? Why are servants ruling over us? That was a lionistic ruling class mentality. See, you niggas is happy about a promotion, man, from your oppressor. You happy old girl text you back, man. All right, we want the whole world, man.
Our guy gonna make us sovereign.
Our guy gonna make us sovereign, man. All right?
Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, that are gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
As an old lion, who shall rouse him up, man? All right, because how did you become an old lion? Doing them civil rights moves when they started switching that witchcraft. Because what happened? Hey, that's
yeah.
The horn is blue. But Fred Hampton, the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, all right? Fred Hampton, you watch his interviews, that man was like a war general. He was like 22. But they hit us with that witchcraft. They had that COINTELPRO with his counterintelligence program, divided and conquered those different movements, all right? Then you brought in like entertainment real heavy in the 60s. Like Soul Train, Elder Yashimai brought that out, all right?
Yeah, Apollo and shit.
Apollo, all right?
Show some of the Apollo.
You sung our ass back to sleep. Rock-a-bye, baby. You sung our ass back to sleep, man. All type of entertainment. All right, then we integrated into like liberalism, you know, debauchery, the sexual freedom. We was entangled in that shit, doing drugs, doing coke, going to discos, doing parties. All right, we got caught up in all that shit. Then you got into you infiltrated the gang culture. All right, so that's how we stooped down, man. Paid these preachers to keep pouring that Christian potion on us. Because how did Jake go from like Afrocentric, Black Power, pride? Hey, you know what else happened? The 70s, everybody had them big afros, right? Yeah. I think it was a heavy vibration with them. But then they went to that for what? They went from that to the Jerry curl.
Yeah. Perms and shit.
Yeah, you went from the afro to the chemicals in your head, man. Blocking your pineal gland, cut off your umbilical cord with your Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah, because in the 70s, Jake would look like angels.
Jake was looking like angels because they had the beard and the afro that was lean.
Yeah.
Jake was lean, had them long, extended arms like an angel, man.
Yeah.
So you watch Good Show, Good Times. Those over there look like angels, man. You look at Dr. J. Duncan, and that was a god in the era, man.
Yep.
All right?
That's what he is afraid of.
He's afraid of that shit.
Yeah.
It's like they getting close. They getting too close to the ancient way.
Yep.
They going back to that lionistic dominant shit. All right? So they hit us with their sorcery, man. They getting too close back to that power, man. Because then, 1969, Elder Abba Bivens first introduced Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, all right, on a national level, man, in New York. All right? The 12 tribes. So there was a high vibration decade following 1969. Because 1968 was the end of Jim Crow, which was, going back to the prophecies, Revelations 12, all right, 3.5 days, all right, from 1619 to 1970, specifically 1969, 1619 or 1969, 350 years, because Jim Crow ended 1968. So that's technically the end of slavery. All right, and then a year later, Elder Abba Bivens came out and preached Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, to the world, man.
And it shook up everything.
It shook up shit, man. And Jake was coming out with beards, afros, man. All right, you listen to Marvin Gaye song, it was like an Israelite singing, man. Like a prophet singing, man. What's going on? You know,
right, brother.
It was on a different vibration. Then what happened, man? The 80s came, the crack came, the Jerry Carroll came.
Yeah, bro.
All right, breaking down those middle class neighborhoods came.
Yep.
All right, what's going on? But can you read it again?
Genesis chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
Yep.
From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Yep.
He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
As an old lion, who shall rouse him up? All right? And you know who's going to rouse us up? Yeah, how about Hashem Shai? That's why, hey, but will you hold us up? Ezekiel 34. All right? Now we're in that fucking laboratory. That lion is taking them damn patches off his arm, patches off his head, man. Because the alpha lion, Yahweh Shai Mufasa, all right, is waking us up, man.
Right,
He's
bro.
waking up Simba. Remember who you are. Hey, when you at work, sometimes you gotta fucking remember who you are. You at the house, it's chaotic. You got demons fucking with your mind, demons fucking with your belief in your confidence. You gotta remember who you are. Remember who you are.
And
Because,
not slug away,
no,
bro.
go ahead, bro.
Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and like get on yourself, like to, you know.
Remember, because I want to explain it the best way I know how. They play tricks on our mind. Like everything, even when Eve look at us, like look down on us, that's sorcery. Because we the alpha, we're the kings on earth. Best part of the feminist agenda is she's acting. Even if it's in her subconscious, she's acting.
We fear her rejection.
Yeah, you fear her rejection, but it's the biggest trick on earth.
Yeah.
For the lion to, or even your respect for an Edomite, like even Edomite had that certain, for a lion to look at a zebra, it's like, hey, how you doing? That's the big, because you know what happened? He asked not only himself, he asked Eve. So that's why.
And the whole world too.
The whole world.
Shit.
Because in Isaiah 14, it said they that see him should narrowly look upon him and say, is this the man? Because their eyes vibration has left him. You know, at the Wizard of Oz, everybody was afraid of Oz till the real man behind the Oz came out. Like, this nigga? Then it was comical. But Eve has an Oz vibration on her too. That's why like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Glorilla, Nicki Minaj, they're the eyes for so-called black and Hispanic women. And that's a Queen of Heaven facade they have on them. But it's behind the eyes, it's just some little girl. It's just some little girl, man. All right?
Playing dress up.
Playing dress up. So Eve, because we see, well, we got the veil pulled from us right now. You look at Eve like, damn, he got no melanin, he weird looking. All right, but when we was growing up, we didn't see that. Eve, like the apostle said, he asked himself. He put a God vibration on himself. But with that covenant, he did the same thing with our women. That's why it's a different vibration. You're talking to a nigga woman, but you're talking to like an East Indian woman, an Edomite woman, or Edomite woman. It's cooler. But Eve got that energy. She got that eyes energy on her, man.
Yep, he worked that witchcraft.
He worked that witchcraft. But but in reality, we're the God-like source. We're that God-like. That's why we walk in the room, people get shook up. It speaks for itself.
It was all a plan to pull power from us, man.
Yep.
You know, because them demonic vibrations and those spells casting, they have a pull to them.
Yep.
You know, energy draining. You know, because anything like the elder had said, anything that, you know, brings your character down low, or your confidence rather, you know, it diminishes your confidence. You know, that's the take away from us, man. But Yahweh Shemel Shai is instilling confidence back in us again. You know, so instead of looking at, you know, the fear of rejection from women, the Lord teaches us an abundance mindset. Like you say, you a lion, you really own everything.
Yep. And
you know,
and speaking of abundance, and we're not pushing like polygamy.
Right. Yeah.
But the female is attracted to the alpha male, or the female is attracted to the male that attract different females. the way you counter that shit with Eve is you are aware of your options. So a woman fears a man who's aware of his sexual options. The whole trick or the sorcery is you have low confidence because you're not aware of your options. That's why when Jake got the passports and left, that fucked up the sorcery. Because part of Eve having a little superiority complex over you is because you are not aware of your options. Now we're not telling brothers to go out and start messing with all type of women, but that's how you counter their shit.
Yeah.
Or another thing is leave them alone.
Right, yeah.
You know, having that maintaining your dominant frame.
Yeah.
But what happened is Esau eyes Eve to where when you get with her, your imagination of who she is and the reality of who she is inconsistent. You see?
And it's crazy too because they want you like the witchcraft is on those are women that the Lord ain't working with. Because you sisters that are repenting, you know, to balance it out, all right? You know what I'm saying? We know sisters are coming back to our heritage, okay? And you in your order. But for the women that's still in the matrix, basically like the witchcraft spirit on them, the voodoo on them, is they want you to look at them like they, you know, your only option. But then if you look at them like, you know, they the only one, they don't want you anymore.
Yeah, because if you look at them like they're the only one, now you're inadvertently saying that you're not a select male. Because the female is attracted to a select male, a female is attracted to a male that attracts different women.
Yep.
That's in her instincts is saying, okay, he's the alpha. But if you put her on a pedestal, then you're basically communicating to her, I'm not the alpha. Because if I was the alpha, I wouldn't be after you like that. So, like I said, and they also call that one-itis when you zero in on one woman. But now, on the contrary, the media pushes us getting one woman and living that third tail happily ever out there.
Yeah.
But if you actually do that coming in the game, her instincts is going not like that. Although she was taught to want that, her instincts don't want you to put her first because her instincts attract to that male or alpha male that attracts different women.
This society, the way they do things is not how you how Bashima designed.
Right, so it's inconsistent. Now, I forget his name, something, it's an Italian, but he has the book, The Rational Male. He breaks down the instincts. He was like, what the woman wants is a select male that has the option that has the attraction to exercise his options without actually exercising his options. Because a lot of our women, they fear. She wants a man who can exercise his options, but her fear is that you are aware of your options and then you replace her. That's the whole game. Her fear, any woman, any female, if they want a man that's so-called high value, but then the catch-22 is they don't want that high value man to be so aware of his options that she end up getting replaced with a better option.
That's why they was happy when Kevin Samuels went to the spirit world, man.
Yep.
They was celebrating.
Because Kevin Samuel, because the female is hypergamous, meaning she wants that high value male, that man is one up over her. But what Kevin Samuels was doing was saying, do you qualify for that high value male? Here you are, you pass your prime, you 30 plus with a stomach and somebody else's child, but you want a man that's 6 feet, 6 figures with a six pack. So the whole thing is that's what you want, but what does he want? And does he want you? Woo. So he was messing up the sorcery, man, because feminism is a racket. It allows women to play the field and then settle down with a high value male after they pass their prime. And that's against the laws of the Most High. That's against nature. So what Esau did, he remarketed women and made them high value based on their looks as opposed to their virtue, as opposed to their chastity, man. But it's all sorcery. Like I said, the reason why Jake gets devalued, because of feminism, so the vagina could get value, we have to get devalued. You know?
You want 37, you want to start at the top. 10. Right here. Kind of. The book of the prophet Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
Yep.
And they lived and stood up upon their feet.
Because this is going back to Genesis 49 as an old lion who should rise them up. The spirit and breath of Yahweh Bashmal Shai gonna rise us up. And that's a beautiful feeling to remember that you are royalty and you own this shit, man. And it's also a bittersweet feeling to be aware that you woke up from the sunken place, that you inside of a fucking spiritual laboratory, man. You just came from, you woke up from a spell, like, man, what the fuck?
And we would really be having that spirit on us a lot. Was like, man, where are we?
Yeah.
It's the land of the lost.
Yeah, it's the land of the lost,
You
man.
know? Because we don't belong here.
We don't belong here. But hey, that's a good book, man. The Rational Male. I recommend brothers who into different things, like different books, read it. It's a good book, you know?
Ezekiel 37:10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
That's that old lion rousing up. And they was afraid of that in the 70s, but now it's here, and Esau can't do anything about it, man.
And for breath, it says breath of life.
Woo!
And they have Revelation 11:11 right there.
Oh man, so they know. They know. They would have, if you didn't know, you would have linked the Old Testament, so to speak, in the Old Testament with the New Testament.
Showing you those are the Israelites that are the two witnesses.
Yep, that's right.
He knows this.
He knows that he knows exactly who we are on these highways and byways, man.
Yep.
You know?
Goodness.
So you got that eyes vibration on you, all right, and on our women, but you know, really, we're the ones that's really God-like. And we're the ones you gotta tread carefully around. Not just the nation of Israel, but specifically the 1/3. Because we're the ones that really got that vibration and that aura of Yahweh Basham Shai, that covering. And you know that. You know? That's why we didn't all just get sniped up over the years. Now he's waiting to make a move, but he's treading carefully.
And it has to be very calculated. And even then, they, like brother said, they got to be very careful, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you had anything, we'll just get ready to wrap it up after this.
I got another one for you, bro.
Okay, come. We'll just do it. You know? So now, man, we're literally, and I think about the movie Get Out, or directed by Jordan Peele. And that's why one scene, like the other Pastor Hart brought up, they showed that lion in one of the scenes. They panned the camera on a little toy, a little statue lion. Because it was basically saying, look, you're that lion and you're in the sunken place.
It showed it was quick.
It was quick.
Damn,
why did
bro.
he do that? Because you're a lion that's in a fucking laboratory. You got these scientists are set up to keep your ass in a spell. That's why they made the book Frankenstein. Frankenstein was symbolic for the 12 tribes. They know that. The 12 tribes we were Frankenstein. Ezekiel 37, the valley full of dry bones. That was the Frankenstein. I read the book Frankenstein going into my senior year, and now like hindsight, that was us. Like, why would they put all that energy in making Frankenstein books and shit, man? That was the 12 tribes. Because in the book I read, it was a laboratory on a college campus, and they used science and sorcery in the book to create this monster. But what happened was the monster ended up escaping from the laboratory and got away from like the people on campus, and he went his own way, right? But he started studying the language of the people, like studying the English language. I think he started reading books. You know what he found out? He was more superior than the people who made him Frankenstein.
That's Israel, man.
He was more superior than the people who made him. And that's us. That's the whole thing, because the Frankenstein, if you look at it in an ecosystem, it's really a lion. You're really the lion, you're the apex predator, and you really have a sovereign mentality, but they turn into a Frankenstein to keep control over you, man. It's part of like you in captivity, you know?
Yep. That's why Jake lives in areas classified as food deserts.
Yep.
You know, it's deprived of things that you really need for life.
Yeah.
You know, because they want to keep our people in their dead estate.
Yep.
You know, they want you dead spiritually without the truth, but also just they push these drugs and chemicals where you at and in the food and rap snacks and all that Fagos. Like you look at the stuff that's in these stores where Jake is, that's not in the areas where the Edomites are.
Nah, and them little ratchet ass chips. What ratchet ass Boosie face on them chips. But like 21 Savage, he looks like Frankenstein.
He does.
Lil Uzi Vert looks like Frankenstein. The tattoos on
Wayne
looks like. They want you to be that. They want you to be in this dead Frankenstein nigga state. This lower. And what I noticed, and like the guy 19 Keys brought it out, the culture is lower nature. The nigga culture, street culture is lower nature. And Esau always rewards you when you act on your lower nature. The root chakra energy. that warlike, that primitive, that survival mode, that beastly, lower nature. He rewards you. But what do they say when you're not on that war frequency? You lame. You know, you're a square. But if you're on that war frequency, if you're on that lower nature, brute energy frequency, that's what get rewarded. That's what get all the chicks. You know, that's what he pedestalizes. But Jake that actually can build and structure shit is dismissed. You never hear about him. But
And for the different Edomites and other nations that come around, brothers, that you know, who have the breath of life, you're the polar opposite of that nigga culture. You know, when Edom and the other nations get around you, they see he's different, and it's something to fear because they're not used to that. They used to their frame of reference to you is nigga on TV. They're talking about killing somebody for no reason and then taking his woman.
Yeah, because they're making an effort to compartmentalize you. Is he like a Lil Wayne type of black guy?
Yeah.
Or is he like a Tupac hit him up type of black guy? Or maybe he's one of those Kanye West type of black guys. And that's how they do it. They compartmentalize you based on something it's on TV like you said. You know?
Yeah, this is the last one, bro. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that give his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Sin culture, rebellion culture, do as thou wilt, street culture, American culture.
That's the accuser of our brethren, like
Accuser our brethren, man. So, you know, I mean, there's nothing else to say really. But the lion is loose, like Lil Wayne used to say. The lion is loose. So, and that's now you have to do something about it, E. Because we've waken up from your sucking place. We've waken up from your potions in your laboratory. Like they always say, what is the projects? It's a project. You know, the ghetto was a project. And we were the lions in that project, man.
It's social experiment.
The social experiment. But the experiment has gone wrong. Because the Most High has already reserved 7,000 that won't bow to their image, man. Which represents the elect.
And that's heavy. The Lord, like you said, he has sleeper cells on the earth that he triggered.
Yep.
It's men that woke up to the truth that's not going back to sleep.
They're not going back to sleep.
You know, like I said, they got to do something about it.
They got to do something about it, man. And that's what you don't want the lions in your captivity to wake up. You don't want them to get that confidence back and get their power back and look in the mirror and remember who the fuck they are, man. But you know, that's all I got, brother.
It's heavy too, cause like the Meyer Goldwyn lion, I'm saying like the company name correctly, like that lion. You know, we see in those older films, you know, that lion it'll roar or whatnot. Edom tortures that lion, man. Yep. You know, they shock it, they shoot all types of chemicals in it, you know. But that lion is like Jake.
Yeah, and it's tied down.
Yeah.
That's Jake, man.
Entertaining them, you know.
Yep. But now I am their song. You know? Do you have anything else, bro?
This is one.
Hey, with that, we hope your brothers and sisters are edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash.
Give honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone well. Peace and blessings, health and wealth for the house of the elect. Abba,
Abba,
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.